everyone. Welcome once again to Sean's Horror Corner. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I had a couple of more subscribers recently, so thank you guys. I appreciate everybody checking out the channel. Keep doing that. Keep subscribing, liking, sharing. Hyping now is a thing I see with YouTube, so do all the things. Today, I'm excited to welcome back Rob from Slasher Radio. Rob, thank you so much for coming on.
What's happening, Sean? Thank you for having me. I'm going to keep smacking my mic with the bill of my hat. That'll be fun. You can count how many times I do that tonight.
No, that's perfectly fine, man.
Yeah.
You were on, gosh, it's been like October, I think, of last year.
Yeah, it was like October or November, somewhere around there. Yeah,
it's been a little bit. And we talked about The Town That Dreaded Sundown, the original from like the 70s. And so now we're going to talk about the 2014 version. And I went back and checked. We both rated that first one an 8 out of 10. So we were both pretty fond of that first one. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this one because I can't decide on my rating. So I'm hoping that you can help me out here a little bit. I'm between the numbers.
Yeah, we'll see.
But before we get started, take a minute to plug what all you're involved in or anything you might have coming up.
Well, I am part of Slasher Radio podcast. You can listen to wherever you get your podcasts. You can also check us out here on YouTube. We are in the middle of our probably the biggest event that we do every year. We call it Murder Madness, and it is a March Madness style tournament. This year we are doing movies from different decades in different quadrants, and we will see which movie comes out on top. This is our 6th year doing that, and it's always a lot of fun and always leads to a lot of arguments and has gotten us at least one extremely negative iTunes review.
Wow.
So we do that. I'm also one of the hosts of the Nick F. and Woo Cage Cast. You can find that wherever you're listening to podcasts. We are all caught up on Nick Cage movies. So now we are doing Willem Dafoe movies. We're making our way through his filmography. So we've got that going on over there.
I don't have the little sound clip that you guys play for Mr. Dafoe.
Oh, yeah.
Slasher Radio. I don't have that one. But
I don't even know if that's a sound clip. I just think Mikey does it every time.
Maybe, he might have. It may just be something he does. So, yeah, and you mentioned the quadrants. That was cracking me up. Anybody that doesn't listen to Slasher Radio definitely needs to go check it out. It's probably I watch a lot of YouTube channels. I don't listen to as many podcasts anymore as I used to, but I always catch you guys and I catch the Final Girls and y'all's podcast. I find myself cracking up every single time I listen. It's a lot of fun.
We are really, really stupid, but we have a good time.
No, I think it's great. I enjoy listening to you guys. And, I like to call in and harass, but actually I think I'm going to say this one time. I think all three of you do a great job. I enjoy listening to all three of you. Mikey's just fun to harass. But
some of us do a better job than others.
Well, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that goes without saying. I think everybody knows that.
Look, there's 3 of us on the show. There's a reason I'm the one that's here. That's all I'm saying.
That's right. You're exactly right. Yeah. And we talked about this once before. Like when I first got acquainted with you through Brendan and Sam's channel, through Our Life in Horror. And just in the chat, like I used to see Radio Rob pop in the chat and making comments and for the most part, trashing a lot of movies and telling everybody how wrong they were. And I was like, who is this Rob guy? Like, does he like anything? And then just the more like I was reading your comments, though, it just, some things you and I agreed on, a lot we didn't, but it just cracked me up so much. And then when I started listening to Slasher Radio, I'm like, okay, I may give him hell, but Rob is incredibly entertaining. I've got to give the guy credit. So I've made sure to make that a point on one of the voicemails that I left for you guys.
I appreciate it. Yeah. It's all in good fun.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a lot of fun. So everybody definitely go and check that out. And right now they're doing quadrants and it's so great. You got to listen to it so you know what we're talking about, but it's awesome.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I do like this event every year, although we do get yelled at every year about it. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really you guys' fault that the wheel that you use does it, right? It's the wheel's fault.
Well, that wheel sucks. That wheel really does suck. But it gets us into situations where we end up eliminating things too early and people get really mad. The very first time we did this, it was just a bracket of 64 killers. And in the very first match, the very first round, it put Jason Voorhees against a Pinhead. Okay. And I was outvoted. So Pinhead beat Jason, and Jason was eliminated in the first round.
Oh, okay.
And that's where we got our negative review on iTunes, and we got yelled at by a lot of people.
Interesting. That surprises me too. I mean, Yeah, I don't guess I was listening to you guys back then, but I can't believe Pinhead beat. I mean, Pinhead's fine. I like
Yeah.
Pinhead.
I don't like Pinhead.
Hellraiser franchise is rough. I mean,
It's terrible.
Yeah, there's only a couple of decent movies in that franchise, so I'm shocked that Pinhead beat Jason. But yeah, okay then.
It's not on me. I voted for Jason.
That's right. It's not your fault.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, well, we'll jump in and get ready to get this started. Town That Dreaded Sundown from 2014. Real quick, I will give this is the longest tagline I've ever seen in these, but tagline for the film: in 1946, a mysterious hooded killer terrorized Texarkana. In 1976, he was immortalized in the silver screen. Now the maniac is back. Brief synopsis for the film: a masked maniac terrorizes the same small community where a murderer known as the Phantom Killer struck decades earlier. Film released October 16th of 2014, directed by Alfonso Gomez Rejon. Written by Roberto Aguirre Sacasa, I believe is how you say it. Produced by Jason Blum and Ryan Murphy. Cinematography by Michael Goy. Music by Ludwig Göransson. Distributed by Ryan Pictures, Runtime of 86 minutes. Could not find the budget for this film, but the box office only $120,000. A few members of the cast: Addison Timlin, Travis Chope, Veronica Cartwright, Gary Cole, Joshua Leonard, Edward Herman, Spencer Clark. I'll stop there. Let's start with the cast and the characters. And Rob, give me your opinion.
Great cast. Really, really solid cast. I like anytime Gary Cole is on screen, I'm like, all right, I'm in good hands. Like, he's just a great actor. I love him.
He is. I agree.
Anthony Anderson is great. I really enjoyed seeing him in this movie. He's not he's playing sort of against type because he's usually very funny. Right. But he's not really playing a comedic character in this film, but all he plays is a Texas Ranger. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid cast. I mean, it has that problem that this is like, you've got that era of like 2000s remakes, which largely are all awful films. And this is kind of like the tail end of that, where they're just like, grab a classic horror movie title and throw a bunch of CW actors in it and call it a day. And so a lot of these, like the leads and stuff, I don't know who any of these people are. Like, I don't know. Right. They could be the most famous actors in the world to some younger generation, but I'm just an old man. I'm like, I don't know who these people are. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, there are some, we got Gary Cole, Edward Herman. I think, those two are much more recognizable and known. Joshua Leonard, somewhat. I know a few things that he's been in here and there. But, then I think the cast is fine. I don't necessarily think any of the performances are bad in this film. Everybody does a fine job. Nothing just jumps out at me as being great, but I think everybody's fine. What about the the cinematography for this movie, the score, if you even noticed it, and the story for this one?
I think the cinematography is solid. Like it looks really good. It looks, if anything, one of the things that I noticed watching this movie, and I just watched it last night. One of the things that I noticed watching it is that it looks good, and that's almost, in my mind, to the film's detriment. Because when I think of when I think of the Town That Dreaded Sundown, I think of like that gritty look that we had from the 70s, and they don't try to replicate that really in any way, shape, or form. This is just a slick-looking Blumhouse film. Right. But it looks fine. Like they did a good job. Like I can't think of any shots that really stood out to me as incredible or anything. But it looked good. Also, it doesn't help that like it's Texarkana, right? Like, I mean, I've never been to Texarkana. It might be the most beautiful place on the planet, but something tells me that's not the case. Right. And they're stuck having to film either there or someplace that looks like there. Yeah. So I wasn't wowed by the cinematography, but it looked fine. I don't recall the score from this film really at all. The story. What amazes me about this movie is I think last night was the third or fourth time I've watched this movie. I never remember what happens in this movie. Like, it is the most like nothing story to me. Like, I never ever remember what happens in it. I never remember how it ends, which makes sense now having seen it last night. Like, because it's one of the worst killer reveals in the history of killer reveals. That's why I don't remember it. So there's a lot about this movie that just, it doesn't really stand out to me. but I do still enjoy the movie.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of things they do well too, and we'll talk a lot about that too. But I believe this started as a remake, and then they pivoted to make a sequel instead.
Yeah,
and
you're exactly right.
I think they do a good job of sort of first of all, it's super meta, so they do a great job of keeping the first film very present in your mind throughout this.
Right.
They talk about that first film a lot.
Yeah.
In this movie. And I like that idea because it's something a little different. They intercut shots and scenes from the first movie sometimes that sort of mirror what's happening in the current film that you're watching.
Right.
So they do a lot of that kind of stuff, which I really like because that's the kind of stuff we don't see that often.
Sure.
But then they do a lot of stuff that we see all the time.
Yeah. I think so for me, while I agree with a lot of what you said, especially about the cinematography for this. It's not that the movie looks bad, but one of the things I've talked about with other people on other remakes and things like that are just the difference in horror before as what we get, unfortunately, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times in horror now, is I feel like that older stuff, like the original Town That Dreaded Sundown, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even Halloween, the original, they've got that gritty feel to them. And I think the original Town That Dreaded Sundown definitely had that kind of dirty, gritty feel to it. And nowadays, and a lot of times it's the remakes, everything is so polished. Everything looks so pretty. Everything is so, and it doesn't work as well. And so while I don't think the cinematography is bad, it just doesn't have that same effect. I could see how somebody might watch the original and not like it. They would be wrong, but they might not like it. I think it's good, but this one just doesn't give you that same feeling.
That's the thing. That's why all those remakes suck. Because they're all like, when you think of like Halloween or you think of Texas Chainsaw Massacre or The Town That Dreaded Sundown, those movies are all distinct. They're very distinct looking and they have a distinct feel to them. Yes. And when you look at all the remakes that we got here, they're all the same. They all just feel the same. They look the same. The actors, like I said, they're all plucked off the CW and they all look the same to me. They're just interchangeable. Right. Like there's nothing. Very rarely do you get a remake where something interesting's happening. It's all just kind of the same.
No, I actually agree with you, and it's funny because I didn't used to feel that way when I first got into horror, big time. I mean, I've liked it since I was a kid for a long time, but when I really, really got completely into it, I didn't mind some of these remakes the first time I saw them. I was like, yeah, that was pretty good. There were some good kills, cast was good, for a lot of these things. And now that I've gone back and seen so many of the originals and I've rewatched the originals and rewatched the remakes, I notice every time I rewatch one of the remakes, my opinion drops a little bit more every time I watch one. I'm like, this is just not the same. It's really not. And so, I'm with you. Black Christmas is another one. The original, fantastic. The 2006 one, I don't hate it, but I don't like it anywhere near as much as the original.
It's awful. That's a terrible movie. It's a bad take on your part, Sean. You should hate that movie. Join me in hating that movie. It's terrible.
It's definitely dropped. I don't like it anywhere near as much as I used to, but it's fine. It's okay. It is what it is. But I am with you. I agree. And so I'm with you 100% on the cinematography. And that hurts this movie a little bit because it doesn't have that same feeling. I get what you're saying about we get some of the shots where we see the original and then we're comparing that to what's happening right now. It's okay. I don't mind it. And you're right. We don't get that a lot, but at the same time, for me, it's not great either because it's just not as good. Like when you show us something that happened in the original and then we see almost the exact same thing happen in this one, I'm like, it was better the first time. I mean, it's just like the trombone kill that they do.
I don't know why they did that in this movie. I really don't. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's like they're still like I almost wonder if they filmed that and then they went, oh, you know what? Instead of a remake, we should make a sequel. But we've already filmed this, so we'll just put this in here. Like I don't know why you would do that but I guess in a way it makes sense too. But I get what you're saying. It is frustrating to see like what I think is a really great independent film from the 1970s that didn't have a lot of money. And they went out and they made this movie that I think really, really holds up and is a really good film. And It looks great in that it doesn't look great.
Right.
You can tell they didn't have a lot of money and they made it in the 1970s. And I think part of this thing is with these remakes. One is they're getting too much money to make them. You know what I mean? So they can make them look real slick and polished and everything, but that sort of ruins the aesthetic of the film.
Right.
At least what I'm looking for. It just makes it all sanitized and very samey.
Yeah.
The other thing that does hurt them too is even when you get a movie nowadays that doesn't have a lot of money, it's so cheap to make things. I mean, we can all make a movie, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's so cheap and so easy these days that it doesn't take a lot of money to make a movie that looks good. So you don't get any more of that sort of stuff that looks like that. I mean, the original looks like it's shot almost, at least in parts, in like a documentary kind of style, and it's really
it does,
and distinct. And here, the only thing that's cool and distinct about this movie is that they show stuff from the original movie that was cool and distinct, while wrapping around a bunch of Blumhouse nonsense.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I feel like I probably had seen this twice. I know I'd seen this once a long time ago, and I just rewatched it a couple of days ago to get ready for you and I to talk about it. And again, I'm not trashing the movie. We'll get through it, and my rating won't be as bad as probably what it sounds like it's going to be right now. But I just, when I was watching it and we kept getting these clips of the original, I was like, why don't I just watch the original? It's really, instead of even trying this. But I mean, it is what it is. And just a few little things here and there, like. And again, not to get too far ahead of myself here, but I don't know if you noticed, in the original, they've got the character Sparkplug, who's supposed to be the, like the comedic relief. And you and I talked about that works sometimes.
Right. Guy was an idiot. It worked sometimes and didn't other times.
Yeah. But I even noticed, so this is supposed to be a sequel now, not a remake. But did you notice they had a character named Sparkplug?
Yeah, they call him Sparkplug. Yeah. And I was like, all right. I mean, I guess maybe that's just a thing people in Texarkana say. I don't know.
I guess I just wondered then. I'm like, oh, is that where they thought they were doing a remake and then they went back and changed some things and forgot to fix that? Because I was like, yeah, that's just.
It does suffer in some spots from that, where it's like they still weren't quite completely off that remake fence,
right?
And going straight to a sequel. But and like you said, my score and everything when we talk about this movie, like right now, I feel like I'm being pretty brutal to the film. I don't hate it. Like I really don't hate it. It's one of, I think, a few of the actual good sort of remakes or sequels or whatever you want to call it from that time period. Like I do enjoy this movie, but I had a similar experience to what you were talking about last night when I was rewatching it. I posted in a Discord group that I'm in that I was watching it, and a bunch of people jumped on about how good it was and how much better it was than the original. Ooh. So then I was arguing with those guys and getting mad at the movie that I was watching because they were defending it. And again, I do think it's a good movie. But it is not better than the original. And I will not hear anybody say that.
I completely agree with you. I'm on your side for that. Normally here I try to give some production notes. I think over there in Slasher Radio Land we call them Physacs, is what you actually call it. Yeah. I couldn't find a damn thing that I thought was interesting here for production notes. In fact, the only thing I wrote down we've already talked about, and that was that it was originally planned as a remake but turned into a sequel. I got nothing as far as that kind of stuff, so we'll just skip that and move on. But you ready to walk through this plot a little bit and try to break it down and see what we think?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
All right. So we open up, we get kind of a narration of the original Phantom Killer. Then we find out, of course, there was the movie in 1976. We cut to a drive-in now in 2013 where they're showing this movie. We also see some religious people around there kind of protesting the movie a little bit. We meet Corey and Jamie, who end up leaving, and they go park somewhere. The Phantom pops up and ends up killing Corey, chases Jamie, and then tells her, lets her go, but tells her, this is for Mary, make them remember. Jamie then crawls back to the drive-in, and everybody sees her and kind of freaks out. Give me your thoughts on this opening scene.
I like sort of playing with because that's something that really happens in Texarkana. They screen this film every year. I assume it's at a drive-in. I don't know that to be fact, but I do know that they screen the movie every year in Texarkana. So I like them sort of putting that in the film. I think that's a fun idea. I don't know if religious people protested or not, but I bet they do. And sure. if not, they should get some out there for that, because that would be fun too. I like it anytime religious people get mad about stuff. It's a good time. And then Yeah, they leave the drive-in and they go off to the lovers lane, which is where the murders happen the first time around, and the guy gets killed. And I think it's cool. Like it's a good scene. The Phantom pops up out of nowhere, or actually they see him, and then he does his trick, which the Phantom's trick is to let you see him from like a distance, and then you look away, and when you look back, he's not there. And then the next thing you know, he's right there. I don't know how he does it, but it happens a lot across these two films.
Yeah.
So I like that. The kill is mostly, I don't want to say it's off screen, but it is sort of off. Like you don't see the actual kill, but you see like the shadow.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like it's really well shot. I like that.
Yeah.
But then the whole thing where he's like, this is for Mary, make them remember, or whatever he says to her. Like that's a really vague thing to tell me. Yeah. You know, like, I don't know who the hell Mary is. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Make yourself a little more clear, you know?
Yeah.
I always complain about ghost movies. They do this a lot in ghost movies. They'll put like a one-word message. They'll write it on a mirror or something, the ghost will. And then I'm like, great, now I got to spend my time figuring this out. Why don't you, if you can write one word on the mirror, just spell out what the hell you want me to do and I'll do it. And we can move on with our lives.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah, this feels like the same sort of thing. He should be like, look, this is the thing about Mary. Mary did this, and then this happened, and this happened, this happened. So go tell everybody that. But he doesn't do that. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess we got this cryptic thing to figure out now.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there because I remember, like I said, I'd seen this movie before, and I remember just enough to, we won't get to it yet, but to remember the end. And so to see something here that's happening at the beginning, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I thought I remembered something else. And so, and then, I don't mind the shot where we're just kind of getting the shadows. It's not great, but it's fine.
It's kind of cool.
I'm with you. Yeah. But I'm with you as far as when we start This Is for Mary, I'm starting to try to think back through the first film. I'm like, who the fuck was Mary? Like, was she in the first movie? Is this somebody that killed? Like, who is Mary? Why don't I remember Mary? Apparently she's a big deal. So I'm with you because then I'm getting sidetracked trying to figure out who the hell Mary is. So I'm 100% with you there.
I ran through all that too. Like I was like, I don't remember Mary. I don't remember the characters' names from the first movie that well. I was Sparkplug. I remember him, but that's about it. But I don't remember like especially the victims' names. Like I don't remember that. And so then I kind of went down. I was gonna go down like a rabbit hole on that a little bit, but I didn't get a chance because the last time when we talked about the first one, I got all caught up in this YouTube or this Wikipedia rabbit hole about the real murders and everything.
Right.
So I thought maybe Mary's family was like one of the families who was like she was a victim and her family sued the filmmakers. I don't know if you remember that was a thing. I don't know. But anyway, they tied it. They tied it in. I got to be honest. Again, I don't remember what happens in this movie all that well. I honestly, at the moment, don't remember who the hell Mary is. Yeah, so that's the thing. I keep saying. I always say I like this movie, but if pressed, I could not tell you more than 3 things about it. So maybe I don't like it.
I get it. I'm with you. And the only thing that I could remember Mary. I kept trying to figure it out as well, and I'm like, well. Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island's in this movie. She got killed, but I don't think that's the Mary we're talking about. Yeah, that's the only thing I could get Mary from. I was like, that's not what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure. So
that'd be weird.
I'm with you there. So, but I mean, again, it sounds like I'm shitting on this movie. The opening's not bad. I just wasn't a big fan of that part of it. What do you think about, before we move on, let's talk about Jamie for a minute, because she turns out to be our main character here and kind of becomes our final girl. What are your thoughts on Jamie as a final girl?
A nondescript CW casted final girl. Yes. I have nothing for that person. Like, okay, I mean, she's fine, I guess. If they made another, if they decided they're going to make a sequel to this one, the Town That Dreaded Sundown 2 or whatever they're going to call it, I would not be like, ooh, I hope Jamie's back. You know what I mean? Like, I would not care.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. That was my thought exactly. Is that she's
and that's not a shot at the actress. The actress does a fine job. She does fine. It's just the character is not. This isn't exactly Sidney Prescott we're talking about. It's fine.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Yeah, and I'm glad that you like Sidney Prescott because, I know you and I disagree about a few things, but we do agree about Sidney, so I'm glad there.
Yeah, I have a feeling we disagree about the Scream franchise quite a bit, though. We could have a whole discussion about that at some point.
We probably could. I know there's one particular franchise that we disagree on, but we're not going to get into that right now because so from there we get to we keep hearing this preacher on the radio, the religious thing that keeps popping up in this movie. I don't know. I guess it's kind of funny, but it's annoying to me. I know you mentioned you like it in the movies when religious people get all, you know, in an uproar and out of whack.
Mhm. I
It's
like it in real
fine.
life too. I just find it funny. I don't,
Well, I think, I mean, it is kind of funny. I don't know if you know about my past. So I used to be a preacher. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Oh man,
Yes.
did you lead the boycotts against like Silent Night, Deadly Night and stuff?
I
Were you
did
out there?
not. No,
Okay.
I did not. I was a preacher back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I come from a pretty religious family, and I was all in at one point in my life until I saw a lot of things I didn't agree on, and then I went through a divorce and got kicked out of church and asked to not come back. Like, don't
Oh
even
wow.
come
Well,
and
they
sit.
can do
Yeah,
that to the preacher?
they can. Yeah,
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I thought you were like you
yeah.
could just do whatever you wanted. Be like, I'm the preacher.
No,
What are you
no,
gonna, I
they
run this bitch. What are you gonna do?
they took my ordination away from me, my license away from me, and I tried to go back just to sit and listen, and they asked me to leave. And so
Wow.
that changed my.
That doesn't feel very Jesus like. I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't. I agree, but it changed my opinion on religion a lot. So now I have a lot of issues with religion, and so when I see in real life or in movies religious groups throwing a fit about shit, I'm just like, what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
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 So it's not as funny to me, but it's still kind
Uh,
of funny. So I
yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, so my background with religion, basically everything that I know about religion, I learned from George Carlin. So
It's a great place to learn.
yeah.
I've listened to George Carlin. He cracks me up. And,
No, he's great.
probably back in the 90s, I wouldn't have agreed with George Carlin, but now I'm kind of like, George was
Yeah.
probably
No,
right
I
about
did
a
not
lot
know
of
you were a
things.
preacher though. That's fascinating to me. That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, I was a preacher a long time ago.
We're like
But
fire and brimstone and stuff, and like
I mean, even then, I don't think I was quite that bad. I had a
yeah.
lot of people tell me they thought that I did a pretty good job of bringing humor, where
Oh,
I could
good.
make things funny and people would laugh about it, and then I would get some points in there to kind of make you think. I
Yeah.
was not a very judgmental person. I was around other people that were, and that drove me crazy. So even then, I don't think I was to the extreme that a lot of people were.
Hmm.
But I mean, I did dedicate probably 6 to 7 years of my life to the church, and
Wow.
then for it to have ended the way it did, yeah,
That sounds rough. Yeah,
it's too
I didn't know they could just kick you out. Like I didn't know that was
Yeah,
a thing. Yeah. Have you watched The Righteous Gemstones? You like that show?
I have not watched that.
Oh, you gotta watch that show. It's great. Oh,
Okay,
super funny.
well,
Yeah.
what is it on?
It was on HBO. They wrapped it up. They only did 4 seasons. It's Danny McBride and his group of people,
Okay,
yeah, it's about this family called the Gemstones, and they run like one of the mega churches. They have like a mega church, and it's a really funny show, really entertaining. And it was all shot around here.
okay,
Because Danny McBride lives around here,
okay.
so they film a lot of stuff here in town. As a matter of fact, the place that that they used as the Gemstones like mega church is the building I went saw Fish play 3 nights in a row last summer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a good show. It's a good show. I don't know if you like it or not. I don't know how a former preacher would feel about it, but I found it hilarious.
It would probably crack me up now because there's a lot of things that I laugh about now that I wouldn't have back in the day. But I tell people, I told Brendan and Sam the first time I was on their channel because we had talked about me being in a preacher for a long time, and I'm like, people always make the comment about they saw the light, and I'm like, for me it was kind of the opposite. I saw the dark and came over to the dark side. So, yeah, it worked opposite for me, but
I did get ordained online.
yeah, I think anybody can do that now.
Yeah, I did that. And as far as I know, they haven't kicked me out yet. So I guess I could still.
I mean, if you do it online, you might be safe. Maybe they can't take it away from you if you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
All right, we'll move on. We get Jamie asking her grandmother a little bit about the news, about the murders, because her grandmother's watching the news, and I guess was
and she's
around
old as hell, so
she is very old.
Yeah.
Talking about it, Jamie has some nightmares. Her boyfriend Corey there that got killed. We see his funeral. We see Jamie going to a psychiatrist, and then we meet Kendra and Daniel. I did not remember this scene there that happened at the motel. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I mean,
that got graphic quick. That's fine.
Yeah.
But and then of course they get killed there at the motel right after they have sex. Phantom ends up calling Jamie and tells her he's going to keep killing until she makes them remember. which Jamie then ends up talking to one of the deputies about. But your thoughts here on really, I'll say our second kill, almost said our first kill, our second kill in the movie with the couple at the hotel, and just kind of where we're going with this.
So they're just there to pad the body count, right? That's the only point in that, and to, I guess, extend the runtime of the movie some. Yeah. And we got some boobs, right. Which I don't know, by what year this, 2014 or so?
2014.
I feel like that was right around the point in time where we're starting to see boobs kind of go away from horror movies. Like, we don't get them nearly as much as, like, it's not the 80s, which was just the Wild West with just. No one owned a shirt in the 80s if you watch horror movies.
Yeah.
But but we get the boobs, we get the kill. The kills, I don't know, it's fine, I guess. Yeah. Like, it's a little over the top for the Phantom, in my opinion. Like, it's a cool kill. It's a good idea, like him like smashing the guy's head through the window or whatever, and chasing her, and she's jumping down and hurts her leg, and ultimately she just gets stabbed. But it's a cool looking kill for like 90% of horror movies, but I feel for the Phantom it feels like really out of character, because this isn't the kind of thing we see him do. Exactly. He's not Jason Voorhees ripping a guy's head off with his bare hands or whatever the hell he did. Like it's kind of weird, out of character kill for this villain.
As you talk about, you're not remembering much about this movie. You may not really be able to answer this question, but was there ever a point in watching this where you felt like it was the original Phantom, or did he would have had to have been old as shit, but
that was the whole thing. And they even say that in this movie at one point. One of the guys goes, "He'd be 100 years old now." I was like, it's probably not that guy. No, I didn't. I mean, I guess maybe the first time I watched it, there was a part of me that was afraid they were going to try and say it was the same guy.
Gotcha.
But no, not really. I mean, the copycat thing seemed to make the most sense. The only red herring that threw me off was, and it has actually thrown me off all like 4 times I've seen this movie, because I never remember how it ends, is when they bring the original director's like son into it. I'm like, oh, that's the guy. He's the killer. They really try to make you think he's the guy who did it.
Charles Pierce. Yeah. I'm with you there. From there we get, we get news of these killings.
Can we real quick though? She goes to see, you mentioned briefly, she goes to see a psychiatrist after her boyfriend is brutally murdered. And the psychiatrist says, I'd like to give you some mild anxiety medication. Mild my ass. What are you talking about? Give me the good stuff.
The psychiatrist, I don't know. I don't know where he came from. Or she came from.
I don't know. Mild. I don't think so. Knock me out. Give me what,
I didn't, I really thought maybe we were going to go somewhere with that. A lot of times when somebody sees a psychiatrist in a horror movie like this, the psychiatrist has a decent part to play in the film, or at least they pop back up a few times, and no, this is it. Like,
it never comes back. And they give us a little bit of backstory there, where she's like, she doesn't want the drugs because apparently when her parents died, she took a bunch of drugs or something.
Yeah,
and she didn't want to go down that road again.
Right.
Which
again, like they were
saying, I'll take. Give me the drugs. I'll take them. But that doesn't play into this at all, really, either. I mean, other than we now know that her parents are dead. But
no, I agree completely. We then get, like I said, we get the news of the killings. We get this town meeting where Reverend Cartwright shows up, and we find out now that the Texas Rangers are going to take over the investigation. And again, something else that threw me a little bit here, and I like Anthony Anderson. I agree with you. I think he's great. I don't know what I think about him in this movie, because I really don't feel like he does anything. He shows up and he tries to seem. This is where, again, I feel like this movie was so stuck between what it was trying to do, whether it was going to be a remake or whether it was going to be a sequel, because he's got the same last name. He's Ranger Morales. And you can tell he's trying to come across, I felt like, the same way the guy did from the first one. He's trying to be that guy, but he's not that guy. And then he really doesn't ever do anything. Like,
no, he does nothing.
He does nothing in this movie other than just make a few statements that sound like he's trying to be cool.
He has done. By the time this movie's over, he's done as much to solve this case as I have, and I haven't even gotten off my couch. Like, he does absolutely nothing. He shows up, like you said. He's got some cool lines. You think, this guy, he's going to do it. He's going to take care of it. We're in good hands. Especially if you've seen the original, because that's kind of how it,
Right.
That guy's at least doing things. They don't catch the killer in the original, but spoiler alert for that one if you haven't seen that yet. But it's true life. It's fine. They don't catch the guy at the end of Zodiac either, in case you didn't know that. but so that Titanic sinks in that movie.
Exactly.
But they I've confused myself now. I'm all lost. But I feel like the guy in the first one was doing more than Anthony Anderson, who
absolutely.
At one point we just see a shot of him watching the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's watching the movie and he's watching the Morales from that film, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. So I don't know what the hell happened there. Like, you could have. I like it when actors. I said this already, but I like it when they're cast against type. I love, like, when Adam Sandler shows up in a serious movie like Uncut Gems or something, when they deliver, and he delivers in that movie. Or Robin Williams used to do it all the time. He would get cast in like serious roles. You see Bill Murray. That's become more and more common for Bill Murray these days.
Yeah.
And I love that when it happens and it works. So I thought I was real excited to see him cast in this role. I thought, maybe he'll do something great here and it'll be cool. And he's not going to be cracking jokes. Well, he didn't crack a lot of jokes. He just kind of sat there and didn't do anything.
Yeah, just delivered some lines. And it's funny you bring up that movie scene, because I remember there's a part when he first shows up and he's talking to him and he's saying what he wants done. And then he actually says, and I kind of want to see the movie. I've never seen the movie. Yeah. And then later they show him watching the movie. And I'm like,
it's in there. Yeah.
Okay, that's what he's here for.
Meanwhile, the town's getting slaughtered. People in town are just getting slaughtered. And he's just hanging out watching a movie. Like, the clues are going to be in there somewhere, I guess. What the hell?
Yeah, I completely didn't understand. And I feel like that's the problem. I think this movie is stuck as part of my issue here. But Jamie ends up starting to investigate things herself, since Ranger Morales isn't going to do it, with the former classmate of hers named Nick. She gets an email that's supposedly from the Phantom. She goes to the police with that.
That stuff.
Yeah.
The calls and the emails from the Phantom, like, we didn't need all that.
We really didn't. I agree. Yeah, because that makes it, again,
I keep interrupting your recap. Sorry.
No, you're perfectly fine, man. That's why I wanted you on here to interject in some things. But I agree with you, because, again, you mentioned earlier that the kills didn't seem like the Phantom. This also doesn't seem like the Phantom.
Right. Yeah.
At all. Like, we're not doing. We're not doing. We're stuck between a remake and a sequel, but we're really not doing anything the way the Phantom used to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird to think of the Phantom using the cell phone anyway, I guess.
I agree.
But and I didn't mind that, especially given the reveal at the end of the movie. I was like, all right, I guess it makes sense. But yeah, it just felt like, I don't know. The calls felt like, they want to be Scream or something, like, but this is not. You're not doing it, guys. This is you're not hitting that mark. The emails, it's like, they're trying to make this guy into like the Zodiac killer or something. But again, you're not quite hitting the mark with it. It's just you're kind of. It just stay in your lane. You know, like, we don't need all this extra.
Yeah, I completely agree. We then end up having a vigil there at the school for the people that have died so far. Somebody dressed up as the Phantom ends up showing up and gets shot and killed. And the townspeople believe that, that's it. The Phantom is dead and everything is over now. And that's then when we then get a cut to a couple of the band members, Johnny and Roy. And we go to have their little hookup, and then the Phantom shoots one of them, and we get the trombone kill on the other one. Yeah, I mean, I know we briefly mentioned this already, but again, none of this really worked for me. The person showing up at the vigil that they, dressed as a Phantom, I don't understand why.
No, that was
townspeople. Yeah, and the fact that the townspeople really thought that it might be over now. I'm like, because that's what the Phantom's done. He's always showed up in public like that for everybody to see him.
I don't. That part, like, was that ever even explained? Like, why did that guy do that? Like, I don't even know why he did that.
It was not explained at all.
Yeah. I didn't get that at all.
Missed over. And then, like we said, all this time we've been talking about now how this Phantom keeps doing things that the original Phantom didn't do. So then they throw in the trombone kill, and it's just not as effective at all.
Yeah, now you're doing too much like the Phantom did in the first movie. I don't want, that's a very unique kill. It's cool and all. I don't need to see it again.
Yeah.
I mean, at least make it a different instrument or something.
Yeah,
like,
something.
I don't know. I did like that scene though. It's a weird scene because like they're in like a sign graveyard or something. Like, I don't know what the hell that place is. Like a junkyard just for signs. I don't know.
It looks like a salvage yard or something.
Yeah, it looks like something out of like a Nightmare on Elm Street film to me or something. I was like, what the hell is this place? And then they go out there together and they're like trying to figure out how to be gay together. which was pretty funny. Honestly.
It was funny. It really was.
And then the Phantom just shows up and I mean, he wrecks those boys though.
He does.
Like that's a brutal scene. Like I think like we don't see most of what happens to the one kid, where he just comes back and he's in terrible shape. Yeah. And then the other one gets the trombone treatment. And I will say, like, this is a much more like graphic and sort of like brutal trombone scene than the one in the original film.
This is true.
Still don't know that you need to do the exact same thing again.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I mean, yeah, as far as
if you're making a sequel, you don't need to do that.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. So again, I still feel like, I know we've already said it multiple times, but I feel like this movie was stuck between a remake and a sequel and didn't really know what it was doing. We get some more interaction then between Nick and Jamie. We get Ranger Morales and Deputy Tillman go to visit the Reverend, and it seems that they seem to think that the Reverend sent the email. Was that ever confirmed that he actually did? I know he just mentions that he's going to he's going to get an attorney. He's going to talk to his attorney.
I feel like it was like semi-confirmed, because first when they're talking to him, they're like, "Look, we traced it. It came from your IP address, you dummy." You know. And then later, Gary Cole's character does say, he just arrested one of the most prominent citizens in Texarkana, and I feel like that was who he was talking about.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
But I don't know that it was ever confirmed that he actually sent the email, but it seemingly looks that way.
And I guess he was just doing it for continuing to grow his congregation. Is that what you got from that?
Yeah. Like people had started to come back to church, and he didn't want that fear to go away, because, fear is a great mind killer.
Yeah, absolutely. Fear is behind a lot of religion, actually, in my opinion. So, yeah. From there, we then learned, Nick and Jamie learned that Charles Pierce, that his son is alive. And then we get Gary Cole's character, Deputy Tillman, and a woman that he picks up. They end up getting killed by the Phantom. He gets shot in the head, and I know he chases her and kills her. I don't remember even exactly, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's actually kind of reminiscent of the scene in the original. She's like running through a field.
So it's kind of like the Gilligan's Island girl kill.
Yeah.
Although she lives, but yeah.
Yeah, was she in a cornfield though? I feel like in the original.
That's what it looked like. Yeah.
This was more like I don't even know what the hell this was. Like a field of just high grass. I don't know if it's somebody's yard they didn't cut or what. And she's like crawling through it, and he's trying to find her. And then he sticks her up on the scarecrow thing.
That's right. I do remember that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because then the couple comes out and sees her hanging up there. That's right. I do remember this now. Anything here? I mean, I know you mentioned liking Gary Cole. Anything here though about the kills that you enjoyed here?
I was a little surprised Gary Cole got killed, to be honest with you. But I didn't hate it. It's a good decision. It's always nice to sort of, kill somebody that you don't think, oh, that guy's not going to die, and then he gets killed. And you're like, oh, anybody could die, I guess.
Yeah.
It was a fine decision. It's the simplest of all simple kills. He gets shot. Right. But it looks cool.
It did look
good. His eyeball, it looks pretty cool. And then they chase with her and stuff. Again, it's reminiscent of the first movie, but different enough for me to not be super irritated by it, like I was with the trombone kill. It's still
I agree with that
enough. And you're gonna have slasher movies gonna have chase scenes. I mean, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that was fine with this one. Let's see. Nick and Jamie go to visit Charles Pierce's son, who we actually realize we've now seen a couple of times in the movie, and we just didn't know that that's who it was. He ends up telling them about Hank McGreedy, who was a sixth victim of the original Phantom, but whose story was never told, and Hank's wife, Mary. And so now we know where Mary comes into play, is that was Hank's wife. Mm-hmm. So that's where we decided to go with the story. And Charles Pierce believes that even though Hank McGreedy is dead, believes that his grandson is the killer. And Jamie goes back home. Her grandmother has found out that Jamie's been accepted to college, and so they decide they're just going to up and leave and get out of there in the middle of all this, which kind of surprised me that Jamie's been that invested in all of this, and then she's just, going to walk away. But what do you think about this here, where we've brought in Charles Pierce's son and this whole, now we know about this Hank McGreedy character, Mary, with where we're trying to go with this? What were your thoughts?
Well, I think that I like it a lot, actually, because one of the things I really like about this movie is just the sort of meta nature of it, and they really, I mean, they just go all the way,
Yeah.
they're just, they're bringing in the son of the director of the original film and stuff and all that. Like, I think it's a fun thing that they do. Weirdly, he like lives on a houseboat that's not on the water. It's just like sitting in a field, like what? But all right, And so I like that aspect of it quite a bit. This whole lore about Mary and everything. I mean, I can do with it or without it, I guess. I mean,
yeah, yeah. I think I'm with you because I had really struggled through the biggest part of this movie so far. Not thinking it was terrible, but just not really enjoying it either. And to finally get somewhere with it now, again, the whole Mary thing I didn't really think was that great, but I did like where the story was trying to go and what we were trying to build. I was like, okay, at least now we're kind of getting an idea maybe of what might be happening. So my enjoyment did start to pick up a little bit more here. Jamie tells Nick that she's leaving, and so she gets ready to go. But then her and her grandmother end up stopping at this this gas station, and the Phantom shows up there. We get the grandmother gets killed. I believe a couple of people in the station actually get killed. Jamie ends up running into this train station where she finds Nick's body. She gets shot with an arrow, and we get two Phantoms. So we find out we've got two Phantoms, and we get this reveal that one of them is Deputy Foster, who turns out to be McGreedy's grandson. And then Corey, her boyfriend from the beginning, who we thought was killed, is the second killer.
Big thumbs down for that. No,
I completely agree. I really don't. For Deputy Foster to be McGreedy, that's fine. Don't understand the Corey part. I don't understand.
It makes no sense.
He tries to explain it as far as wanting to be remembered for something. But yeah, I didn't buy any of that.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And also, I always feel like if you're going to do like a whodunit kind of movie, which almost all slashers these days are whodunits, like it's just like sort of unavoidable. I always feel like it's a cheat to show me a character get killed and they go, oh, no, they're not dead.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. No, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have a chance to figure that out at all then, did I? It's like it's like the original Friday the 13th when it's revealed who the killer is. And I was like, hell, I didn't even know this was a whodunit. And even if I did, who the hell is this lady? I didn't see her the whole movie.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I'm pretty sure, you mentioned earlier you thought this movie was trying to do or be similar to Scream with the phone calls. You think that's what the two killers was for as well? Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
I think that's probably a little bit of it. And I'll tell you right now, if I'm on the run, all right, if there's a serial killer loose in town and I am somehow on this killer's radar, and I have the chance to go to California, get out of Texarkana, leave it all behind, and go to California, I'm taking it like Jamie does here. I'm doing it. I'll take Grandma with me, of course. That's cool. We're not stopping 3 blocks from the house to get gas at the creepiest gas station in the world. It's 2014, and there was a cigarette machine in that gas station.
I know.
Right? That ain't right, and that's not where we're stopping to get gas. We're going to get at least 100 miles, maybe 2, out of town before we're stopping for gas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's
especially
the worst
that late
escape
at night
plan
like that.
ever. Yeah. They pull up to that gas station. They're not even worried about it. They pull up to that gas station. They're like, oh, give me some ho-hos and some honey buns. What are you talking about? Get the hell out of town.
Yeah, I agree. Because where the movie I had started to enjoy a little bit more, I don't like this ending at all. Yeah, I thought it was kind of silly. I don't like the fact that there's 2 Phantoms just because one of them doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And then he ends up turning, Detective Foster or Deputy Foster ends up killing Corey. And then Jamie ends up, killing Foster, but they never find his body. And then as we in the film, we see Jamie, she's gone to California. She's doing her thing. But as she's walking, we see the shadow of what appears to be the Phantom still stalking her. So, I know you kind of give me your thoughts here, but your thoughts on the ending in general. Just, we've talked about the 2 killers. We talked about the gas station, but then one of the killers killing the other one, and then Jamie, but the Phantom still stalking her. Any thoughts here on the very end?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like the killer reveal's awful. The killer reveal's awful. Everything that happens after that is fine. I don't have a problem with any of it. The guy, deputy guy, killing the other guy, whatever his name was. I'm fine with that. Him getting killed, the deputy getting killed, and then them not finding the body, I'm okay with that too. You know, there are a lot of people who talk about, because in the original, the Phantom sort of runs off into the swamp.
Right.
And a lot of people are like, oh, he never made it out of there, you know, but they don't find a body. They never have any proof of what happened to this guy. So that's sort of like a nod to that. I'm okay with that. And I kind of took the idea of her being stalked at the end wasn't, literal. I think there was more like a metaphorical, like she's carrying this sort of shadow of what happened, through the rest of her life. And I think that's probably, it's a good as way to illustrate that as any.
Yeah, that makes sense. If that's the way they're doing it, then I'm okay with that.
I mean, I assume that's what they're doing because we never got a sequel.
Yeah, so. That's a good point. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that as well. The endings, I mean, like you said, after the reveal, it's fine. But that's what I feel like my overall opinion of this movie is that it's fine. There's not anything that stands out to me as being great about this movie. There's really not. There's some things that are not good about the movie, but overall, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine enough though. It's an entertaining enough watch. It's funny. You mentioned liking a lot of these remakes less and less every time you watch them. I'm finding that's coming out to be true for me. I also started low on most of these remakes, and but even the ones that I typically would say I liked, I'm starting to like as I rewatch. I'm like, this just isn't very good. And this one it's entertaining enough. It's fine. They tried to do some interesting stuff with it. I don't hate them for any of that, but ultimately, I think at the end of the day, the movie's just okay.
Yeah, and I think we've already talked about it somewhat, but I really feel like this movie gets in its own way because, in my opinion, the biggest problem that this movie has is it doesn't know what it is. They, like we talked about, they started as a remake, they turned it into a sequel, and I feel like they had to have shot about half of it before they decided to do that because it just seems like I don't know, maybe the editing's not great or something. It's kind of all over the place, and it bugs me a little bit. So to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, like I said, you and I both gave the original an 8 out of 10. What would you give this one on the scale?
1 to 10, I'm giving this a 5.5.
Okay.
Just over 5 to me is like baseline, okay, fine, average movie. This is just a little bit over that because it is, I think, more entertaining than just okay. But again,
okay. That's fair. I think I'm actually gonna.
Before I watched it last night, I would have told you probably like a 7. Like I really thought this was. I thought this was a movie I really really liked. Watching it again, I'm like, it's fine. So yeah, 5.5.
Okay. Well, I'm just a little bit below you. I'm gonna go with 5 because to me it is right there. Just at on a scale of 1 to 10, 5's right in the middle. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's just a pretty average movie that it's okay.
And when I sat down to watch this last night, also, I thought I could have sworn I owned this on Blu-ray. And I went and looked, and I'm like, I've got the original. It should be right here next to it, but I guess I didn't buy it. So I didn't. That means that the last time I watched it, I didn't like it enough to buy it.
That's so funny you said that because I did the exact same thing. I thought I had it too. And I went and looked, and I'm like, oh no, I have the original on Blu-ray, so I don't have this one. So I think I watched it on Tubi or something a couple of days ago.
That's exactly where I watched it. It was on Tubi,
just to pull it up and watch it that way. But yeah, 5 out of 10. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as that original.
No, not even close to the original. And I couldn't believe arguing with these guys. And I have a feeling these guys on Discord are like in their 20s or whatever. And so these young kids, to them, this is a classic.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. With this being all that there is to this franchise, just these 2 movies, would you like to see anything else done? Would you like to see somebody try to go back and remake that original, or do you think that they would mess it up?
Well, they're going to mess it up. I mean, that's just kind of goes with
what happens.
They can't make anything. They can't make anything without messing it up. But I think you just let this one go. It's always been sort of a weird property to me because it's based on something that actually happened anyway. And we talked about that a lot more during when we talked about the original film. There's a lot of sort of I kind of feel like a little icky about it, This one sort of has that just by, it's the nature of it being a sequel to that. They add, and I don't know, I didn't go down the rabbit hole far enough to see if this McCready thing or whatever was like a real theory that people had, or if that was just some nonsense they threw together for a movie. I don't know, but I do feel like it gets a little a little icky because it is based on real events. But I also don't know that people are clamoring for another Town That Dreaded Sundown movie. You know, I do feel like this movie is I hope anyway that more people, at least the original, are going back to revisit it and appreciating the film. But I do feel like it is also a film that is maybe headed towards being headed towards obscurity. One that people aren't going to, remember. I mean, I stumbled across it one day. I think I had heard the title like once or twice, and I was bored, and that's how I found it. So hopefully more and more people find it that way.
Yeah, I hope so. But I think, I agree with you. And that's, again, where my opinion has changed in recent years, because I've always been such a franchise guy, and I've always been the kind of person that, like, if they want to keep making more Jason, more Michael, more Freddy, more Pinhead, more whoever, keep doing it, keep putting out there something. The older I get, starting to change my mind a little bit on that. And I think where I started changing my mind a little bit is, I'm older as well. And, I grew up watching guys like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley. I was a big basketball fan, watched those kind of guys. And now today's NBA, I watch it a little bit. I don't pay anywhere near as much attention as I used to be. I'll watch a little here and there. But I do like watching the older highlights of some of those guys that I used to watch when I was growing up. And it just kind of dawned on me, this is fine. Like I'm okay with not being that big a fan of today's NBA, because I can always go back and watch highlight videos of these other guys that I love so much.
Right.
And I think that's where I'm starting to get with some of these franchises, is that if we're just going to fuck them up and they're going to be terrible, leave them alone. And I'll just go back and watch the originals that I love so much. If we could put out something good, that would be great. But if we're going to get more bullshit like Halloween Ends and
hey
sorry,
what are you doing?
couldn't help myself. Just the way some of these franchises have gone, if that's what we're going to get, then leave it alone. I'll just go back and watch the originals.
I don't get mad when they make a bad Friday the 13th movie, because there are a bunch of bad Friday the 13th movies.
Fair.
Halloween has a bunch of bad movies in there.
True.
So if they make another Halloween and it's not good, and it's like, all right, fine. I mean, there's already what I'm really getting tired of is that everything has to have a sequel now. Everything has to have like they're talking about making a prequel to Weapons. I don't want that movie. I don't need that movie. Weapons is a fine standalone film. Leave it alone. Let Zach Kreger do something else.
Yeah.
I don't want like Ready or Not 2 is getting ready to come out. First of all, that trailer looks garbage. I'm sorry, that thing looks awful. And that is a movie that does not need to exist. Ready or Not 2 is fine. It's a fun movie. I enjoy Ready or Not. I'm sorry, the original. Right. It's fine. It's fun. I enjoy it. We don't need a sequel to that. There's no reason to make a sequel to that movie. It's gonna be bad.
It probably is. I'm going to go see it anyway this weekend.
I'll see it too,
but I'm with you.
It looks trash.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It doesn't need one, but I'm going to go see it. I agree. Weapons doesn't need something else. So I agree with you. I do wish to go back to this movie now. I don't think anything else needs to be done either. I wish more people – I don't feel like I hear much about the original. I wish it got more attention than it does, because I feel like a lot of time when I mention it, even to people now in the horror community, everybody's heard of it. Not too many people have seen it. So I wish it got more attention, because I think the original is good. This one is just, it's there. It's fine. I can go back and I'll go back and watch the original again. I watch the original probably every couple of years. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't know that I'll ever watch this one again.
Yeah. Now this one is like I said, I've seen this 3 or 4 times over the years since it came out for whatever reason. And it's fine. It's fine. Like I don't, and I think that's why I always think of it as one of the remakes that I like, because I hate most of the remakes. So when I watch this one, I'm like, it's fine. Then it seems like it's, it's a much better movie than it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we need another one. I think we're good.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. All right. You've been on twice and we've been pretty close. It's surprising how much you and I agree on things, because I did not think we agreed on that much when I first started seeing some of your comments. And we do obviously have things that we don't agree on, but
right.
We've been right there on this franchise.
Yeah. Worked out pretty well this time around. Who knows what the future might hold, but
I know, because I want to get you. I'm trying to, because I do like going through different franchises. I mean, I do a lot of standalone movies as well, but I like going through franchises. I've been trying to decide for a while what I wanted to get you to come back on with me, because I wanted to be something that for the most part you like. like, for example, Bo from Critic After Dark, he was going to go through the Hellraiser franchise with me, and he's had some issues with equipment and stuff like that, so he's kind of pulled out of doing that now. And I thought, should I get Rob to go through Hellraiser with me? But then
you don't want me talking about
well, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, most of these movies aren't good, and I've already heard
I don't even
Rob
like the
say
first
on
one.
other stuff. Okay, you don't like the first
I don't
one.
even like the first. I don't dislike the first one. I think the first one is way overrated, though. I don't think it's a very good movie. Okay, so that's where I'm at.
Gotcha. So that tells me. But yeah, I mean, I heard you say you don't like that franchise, and so then I was trying to kick around some other ideas, and of course, we given Mikey a hard time about all of y'all coming on and doing The Conjuring or something.
Yeah.
I did briefly consider, because I think Mikey likes this franchise, but I don't think you do it. I doubt Cass does either. Leprechaun. I thought about trying to go through the Leprechaun franchise.
There's
and I'm like, you know what? Rob wouldn't like that either.
There's like 2 good movies in that franchise. It's hard to get too mad at any of them, though. Because it's the Leprechaun. Like, how mad am I going to get over that?
Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, so I'm still searching, trying to find something to at least get you to come back on. And if I can ever persuade the other ones to join, that's great. If not, then, you're always welcome. But
you just get the best of us. It's fine.
That's right. That's right. So, but I do appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. This has been fun, and we'll find something else to bring you back on. And, maybe we won't do a franchise. Maybe I'll just bring you on for some of the standalone stuff.
Sounds good.
Yeah. But
let's do it.
Before we wrap up, go ahead again and take a minute to promote what you're doing and anything you guys may have coming up.
Check out Slasher Radio wherever you get your podcasts, or you can find us here on YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel as well. We are in the midst of Murder Madness, our March Madness style tournament for the year. So check that out. It's always a lot of fun. People get mad about it, and that's that's always a joy. But you listen to Slasher Radio wherever you find your podcasts, or here on YouTube. Also, host of the Nick F. and Woo Cage Cast. That is podcast only. We do not have a YouTube channel. We specifically went out of our way to make that not feel like work. It is just a show that Kat and I do for fun, because we wanted to do it. It has no social media accounts, nothing. It just exists. It's just for us to have a good time, and for the handful of people who have found it and come along on the ride with us. We are still making our way through. We've hit a pause point in Nicolas Cage's career because we watched all of his movies that have been released to date. So now we're making our way through Willem Dafoe movies. And then once something new from Nicolas Cage comes out, we'll go back and cover that. So that's where we're at.
Blows my mind that you've actually, because he's got so many movies. Do you remember how many episodes there were? Like how many movies Nicolas Cage had?
I want to say it was right around 112.
Wow.
Something like that. It was 100 something. I don't remember the exact number.
That is crazy.
But I feel like it was pretty close to like 110, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The fact that y'all covered all of them just blows my mind. I'll be honest, I don't think I've gone back and checked that one out, but I may have to go back and check out some of those just to hear your thoughts, because I get that you're a big Nicolas Cage fan.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot. We watched a lot of crap. Nicolas Cage was in a lot of crap movies.
Unfortunately.
But we still managed to try and have as much fun as we could with those.
So you even went back and did like Valley Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. We started with Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and we moved all the way up. Our next episode of that show actually is going to be The Carpenter's Son, because that's finally available on streaming now. So we're finally going to be able to cover that one. We both missed it in theaters when it came out, because the theater run was very short. From what I've heard of that movie, it looks like this is another really crappy Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much good about it either. But I'm sure I'll check it out at some point. Let me see. What do I have coming up? That horror couple is going to be back in a couple of days. We're actually talking about another interesting. We're talking about Hello, Mary Lou Prom Night 2.
Wow. All right.
We're going to be talking about that in a couple of days.
That horror couple, they seem like a lot of fun, though.
They are a lot of fun.
Really good time with that.
Yeah, they're great. I really do enjoy talking to Rob and Kaylee there. Next week, I'll have an episode come out, of course, on Ready or Not 2. I also have Kelly and Sarah from the Final Girls podcast coming back. We are wrapping up the Jeepers Creepers franchise. We've been through the first 3, and now we're going to talk about Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Sorry you had to watch those.
Yeah, that's been interesting. And then I also think Aaron from A&B Horror Movies is coming back to talk A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming. Be sure and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Rob and I will keep chatting and figure out something to bring him back on. I did have somebody. What do you think about the Insidious movies? Let me ask you about
Oh boy, I
Insidious. Are
hate
you a
those
fan?
movies.
You
I
hate
hate
those
those
too?
movies so much. When
Okay.
the last one came out, I was like, I was like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna watch all of them because there aren't that many, right? Like, what was
Right.
the last one was like the fourth or fifth
Fourth or
one, whatever.
fifth. Yeah.
I don't remember what the hell. I don't remember. But I was like, it's enough where I can sit down and literally like in like 2 days before that movie comes out, I can watch the other ones and then just go to the theater and see it. And I
Right.
did that. Oh, I guess it's like the longest 2 days of my life. Those movies are so bad, and they're the same. It's the same movie. Like, let's just stop making it. Just if you want to see Insidious 5 or 6 or whatever it is going to be coming out, just watch the first one. It's the
The
same
first
damn
one.
thing. They
Yeah,
do the
that's kind
same
of
thing
my
in every
problem
movie.
there too. I haven't seen those in forever. And a friend of mine that I work with, I don't work with too many horror fans, but one guy that does kind of like horror, he asked me, he said, "Are you ever going to do anything with Insidious?" And I was like, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I guess I could, but yeah, that one, I don't know. Maybe I should try to cover those at some point. We'll see. But yeah, I'll get Rob back for something. We'll figure it out and get him back on here, and we'll see if he can persuade Cass or Mikey or both to join us somewhere down the road. But I just want to give Mikey a hard time. That's the only. It's just
It's
so much
always
fun.
so much fun. It's so
Yeah,
much fun. I spend even my off hours when we're not doing the show, I spend just doing that.
Yeah, it's great. I think you should. There should be more of it. And there's when do you guys record? Your episodes come out on Thursdays, but when do you all record?
We record usually on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, so we have a huge lead time for our episodes.
Gotcha.
Although we did not, Cass was out of town, so we're actually recording this week's episode tonight. So it'll be out on Thursday.
Oh, that's perfect then, because yeah, I've left another surprise.
Oh, good. Good. I'll get a chance to
I
hear it.
almost feel like this may be my best one yet. Just to let you know. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to hearing the next episode, just because I want to see if I can get him riled up again. But yeah, that we'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, Rob, again, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. This has been a blast as always. I will get you back. We'll figure out something and bring you back on. But yeah, thank you again. I do appreciate you coming on. I know you're busy.
Yep, it was a lot of fun. Thanks.
Yeah, and again, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Go check out Slasher Radio. Check out all my stuff. Follow me on social media. I'm on everything out there. Just search Sean's Horror Corner and you'll find it. I'll be back in a couple of days, so I will see you soon.